In the previous episode, Theo had caught a bull that was entering Sijuan's garden and continuously stealing his grass. Seeing the bull, Sijuan demanded 100 coins in compensation, which was a large sum for the bull. It was very scared after hearing the compensation amount, and it said to Sijuan while worrying, "No way, I didn't think I was stealing. I'm sorry, I didn't know, moo." Sijuan didn't want to show mercy to the bull. He pretended and shook his head and said, "Apologizing after stealing won't be effective, right?" Then, Sijuan proudly reached out his hand and asked for his money, 100 tower coins. "I will demand 100 tower coins to compensate for the disturbance in my field and stealing grass." With his proud behavior, Sijuan wanted to show the bull that grass is very expensive. As soon as the bull heard this, he became very worried and shouted, "What? 100 tower coins? Isn't that grass too expensive? That's too much for ruining the field and stealing grass." The bull sat on his knees and said in despair, "Becoming a thief is really scary." Theo, the cat, proudly looked at the bull and pointed his finger at it and said, "Now that you've found out, quickly give us our 100 tower coins." Then, Theo in a cute act and said to Sijuan while climbing on the bull, "Chairman, what should we do? This rascal really has nothing, meow." But our Sijuan had thought about everything and he spoke completely naturally. "What do you think? If he doesn't have money, he should pay with his body." The bull was also a bit confused after hearing this, that how will I pay 100 coins with my body? Theo standing below was also a bit confused after hearing this, that he will pay 100 coins with his body. Then, Sijuan took his point of view further and explained to the bull by saying, "Come here every day and work. I will pay you 1 tower coin every day, you can repay the debt that way." Sijuan had proposed a job for the bull. The reason he demanded such a high price was to lay the foundation for this. Of course, there was some resentment for ruining his field and making him work multiple times. The bull looked at Sijuan confused and said that you want me to work here and repay the debt. Sijuan spoke very affectionately to the bull, "I will also provide you with food. You like leek leaves? Right. I will let you eat as much as you want. I'm not a bad boss. What do you think? Isn't this a pretty good thing?" The bull got excited immediately after hearing the name of the food. "Just let me. I will do it if I can eat." The bull was so excited that when he spoke, the air coming out of his mouth blew Sijuan's hair. Then, the MC asked the bull whether our contract has been properly executed or not, and if everything is done properly then you can work from tomorrow. The bull did not oppose this contract. Then Sijuan and the bull shook hands when the contract was completed. The bull nodded in agreement with the MC's proposal. As a black minotaur warrior, he couldn't steal other people's things. Theo, standing from afar, learned something when the contract was completed. He was also a bit confused. There were some things going on in his mind that he was thinking about. Theo realized a new method of transaction. If a person does not have money, that person can pay with his body. As expected from the chairman, I learned another lesson, meow. Today Theo learned something from his chairman. Theo immediately started writing in a note so as not to forget what he learned. Theo drew a good lesson that business can be done without money, just need a body. The bull returned with a happy face. Therefore, Sijuan used a strong black bull, no, a black minotaur, to plow his field. Satisfied with this contract, Sijuan smiled and praised Theo, saying, "Theo, you did a great job. You caught the thief and I even got a worker thanks to you. Did I do a great job? Really? Is that so? How did I do it? Meow." Theo looked at Sijuan as he spoke. His expression was saying, "Do you know you should reward me something if I do well?" Sijuan crossed his arms and said, "I will extend your sales volume to get the Salecat Theo status for a month." But looking at Theo's face, it seems like a month is too little for him, as if Sijuan is doing him a big favor by doing a month. "Give me more, meow." Theo tried to negotiate with Sijuan, by being very cute and saying, "No, I want more, I want even more." The next day Sijuan was hunting earth lobsters with his black rabbit. A large number of earth lobsters went into this pond and both Sijuan and the black rabbit were completely excited to catch earth lobsters. Sijuan quickly ordered the black rabbit to finish it quickly and the black rabbit quickly started killing all those earth lobsters. The black rabbit threw out all these earth lobsters in a hammer attack of his and Sijuan picked up all these earth lobsters one by one and cut them. There were other groups of rabbits with him, who were helping Sijuan. They had collected a large amount of earth lobsters, so Sijuan said that collecting so many earth lobsters is enough. This will be enough food for Kwang and his mother. The black rabbit also did his job and landed on the surface. Sijuan saw him and praised him. "You worked hard, black rabbit. Your skills are gradually improving." Then, suddenly the body of the black rabbit started glowing. Sijuan was also a bit confused seeing the body of the black rabbit glowing. He couldn't understand what was happening to the black rabbit. And just in a short time, the hammer of the black rabbit evolved. His hammer had become sharp at the front, which means his attack is now even more dangerous. Sejun looked at the hammer and said that your hammer has evolved, and the black rabbit was standing below. He was a bit confused. He was looking at the hammer about how this happened. Then Sejun and the other rabbits standing there clapped and encouraged the black rabbit. They celebrated for the black rabbit, and Sejun said in happiness, "It's different from the normal level, right? Is this your second awakening? That's a great black rabbit. I will leave the lobster hunting completely to you now." The black rabbit, full of courage, expressed his pride and said, "Yes, master, leave everything to me." During this time, Kwang and his mother also came there. The mother bear was saying something from upstairs. Sejun went upstairs and asked Kwang, "What is your mother saying?" Kwang made Sejun see something by pointing his finger. Sejun's eyes fell there and he said, "There is a beehive there. Since when is it there?" Then, the bees and the beehive saw Sejun and started moving towards her happily, because she saw Sejun as soon as he opened his eyes, and Sejun is like parents to her. Sejun saw her moving towards him and said, "You are the second-generation poisonous queen bee born at that time." Sejun started caressing her cheek affectionately. "Ha ha ha, very happy to meet you. Where have you been? I was imprinted as your owner, but I was worried that I didn't see you." Then, some other bees also came there. Seeing her, Sejun understood where she had been for so many days. "So, you went to form your swarm of bees. It's a relief that you returned safely and healthy." Then Sejun introduced the swarm of bees to Kwang. Kwang greeted her. "She is the second-generation poisonous queen bee born not long ago. You should protect her house well. That way, the queen will work hard to produce the honey that you really like." Kwang was listening intently to what Sejun was saying. Then, all the bees started playing with Kwang. Kwang was also very happy playing with them, and Kwang's mother standing next to him was also very happy seeing him. There was a happy atmosphere everywhere. Everyone was playing with each other. Right after that, the bull came there, who was supposed to work here today. He came and said that I am here to work. Even before Sejun could say welcome, a loud voice was heard. This voice belonged to none other than, it was the voice of the mother bear. With the appearance of the morning, chaos occurred on the surface due to the huge red mother bear and the black minotaur bull. As soon as she saw the black minotaur there, the mother bear got angry and could attack. At first, the bull couldn't understand what had happened, but as soon as he saw the red bear, he also got into an attack position. "Damn, I didn't even think that I would meet you here, moo." In a few minutes, this happy atmosphere turned into a battlefield, and now no one knows what will happen next. The eyes of the mother bear had turned red with anger, but Sejun was still trying to make her understand. Kwang's mother, "Stop, don't fight, listen to me once." But the mother bear didn't listen to Sejun at all. She pushed her son and Sejun away with her foot, but even doing this also gave them a big shock. His roaring sound also created a sound inside the cave, so Theo and the other rabbits came out, and Theo saw Sejun lying on the ground and said, "I heard a noise from the ground, meow. What happened, Chairman?" Sejun quickly came to Theo and started going towards Bear Mom and Bull. He said, "Theo, stop them. He is not ready to listen to me." When he rises, the huge red mother bear and Bull are growling at each other, going around the cave. Sejun again ran to Bear Mom's place and tried to explain to her. Both Kwang's mother and Minotaur stopped. Kwang's mother, "Don't fight, Minotaur came here to work, he is not my enemy." Seeing Sejun, Kwang's mother growled in her language and said something. Hearing Theo told Sejun, "She wants you to go back to your cave. She says that she can't forgive Minotaur for invading your territory, meow." The red bear was not ready to listen to him, so he tried to understand Minotaur. But Minotaur also didn't want to back down, further saying that as a Minotaur warrior, there is nothing honorable in avoiding battle. Sejun tried his best to convince both of them, but now he can't do anything. He wondered what to do now. At this time it was very tense, but 3 kids came wanting to eat, making Theo annoyed, asked to chase these brats somewhere else. Right at this time a window message popped up in front of him. The tower manager was begging for something to eat when her mouth was bored. He complained that now he himself is in a very big mess. Minotaur and Kwang's mother are about to fight. Hearing this, the message started coming continuously from the tower manager. The tower manager asked why there is a Minotaur there. She wants you to resolve quickly because she is hungry right now. And finally, after a long time, the MC angrily said, "If it was that easy, would I be doing this?" Neither of them listened to what I said. At this time, Kwang was still biting his clothes, and Theo kept whispering, making him even more tense. When he hadn't yet figured out how to solve it, the bull jumped up and roared loudly, panting for battle. But the mother bear was not afraid at all. She also roared loudly to show her dominance. Theo saw that these two were about to fight and couldn't stop them, so Theo dragged Sijuan back to the cave to sleep and wait for them to finish fighting and then come out to stop them. All around him were chaotic sounds, the sound of the baby bear asking for food, the sound of the manager, the sound of Pepe from a few rabbits, plus the sound of Theo whispering in his ear. He tried to cover his ears, his face flushed, the veins also bulged on his face, his whole body trembling. Unable to bear it anymore, he shouted loudly, "If no one listens to what I say, I won't give food to anyone." The words related to food have a great power that stopped the fight between those two big guys. The mother bear heard that there was no food and her face turned pale, and the bull also trembled and asked back, What did you say? I won't be able to eat." Both of these big guys were like that, the little ones had to react more violently, these words were like thunder across their ears. Even his dragon roared miserably, "This is not okay, absolutely not." Theo reacted the fastest, immediately grabbed Quang's clothes, tears flowing like a stream, screaming and begging, "I was wrong, chairman, I was wrong." Sijuan was still very angry, his body stiff, staring intently at the two big guys in front of him. Both of them trembled when they realized that their food might be lost. Indeed, the power of food can make people forget hatred.